Hi YouTube, my name's Drew and you're watching Drew's Obsessions. This is day number 32 in my year-long project where I'm going to be growing this beard for the entire year to show you guys A, how my thin patchy beard is progressing, and B, offer you some tips and tricks that are working for me that might actually help you as well. So before we get into the bulk of the video, which is figuring out the facial hair cycle, growth cycle, let's take a quick look at my beard progress. I'll do a little comparison from last week, and in my opinion, I've made some serious gains. I'm going to be using some of the Old Street Barber Co. beard oil. It's peppermint and lemon peel flavored. I've already applied a little bit, but I will add a little more. We'll start on the left side, which is a little better for me, for the growth. And then come into the center here, which is obviously the most dense and generally is the most dense for most people. I feel like the biggest gain I've made since last week is the mustache region, and then it's really getting thicker. It's starting to come down the sides a little more, covering up some of these bald parts right here, which is nice. And we'll move on to the right side, which is again coming in. It's the worst side I've got, but it's definitely starting to come in a little better. The only thing I've done in terms of trimming, aside from bringing up my neck, is I've clipped a couple of these little creeper hairs that kind of come down over top of my over my lip, which really are aggravating. And they're vellus hairs, I believe. They're really light, so they're not really adding too much to the actual beard. I just clipped maybe 6 of them. I'll see if you can see them here. Maybe there's a couple more. I'll kind of do this weird thing with my mouth so you can see. Some of them start to kind of creep over. Now that we've got the beard update out of the way, let's dive into the beard cycle. And this is kind of interesting information that I've been reading about and actually learned a few things about myself that I think are really going to inspire you guys to want to keep on growing that beard, even if it looks thin and patchy. So like any hair on your body, there are 3 stages of growth. You've got the part where it is actually growing. You've got the stage where it is resting, and then you've got the stage where it's actually dead and is going to be replaced with new growth hairs. The first stage, which is the growth stage, is called the anagen stage. During this growth stage, a lot of things can actually impact the way your hair grows and how fast it grows. So, a few things to note are that your hair will grow faster when you're asleep and will go faster while it's warmer out in warmer climates. Your growth will be negatively impacted if you are sick, if you have some sort of an injury, and if you have high stress levels, because what happens is instead of those nutrients and your energy going to your hair follicles and making your beard look thick and full, it's actually going to help your body in other ways. So as long as you're feeling healthy and you're maintaining your overall health by getting the nutrients you need, eating right, getting the right exercise, lowering your stress levels, and getting enough sleep, you'll be maximizing that growth anagen stage. The second stage of the beard growth cycle is the catagen stage. This stage is where the bulb of the hair will actually start to die, and that will generally cap your beard at a certain length. And generally this is predisposed, so depending on your genetics, your beard may never ever get to that huge full stage. You may start to lose the hairs at a certain level. The third stage and final stage of the beard growth cycle is called the telogen stage, and that is where the beard hair is dead and it's actually fused to the base of the hair. There is no more blood supply reaching that follicle, that hair strand, and will eventually either fall out or be pushed out with the new hair growth. Now the length of these stages, or how long each stage lasts, depends on a few things: your age, your race, and the time of year. The average rest period for your beard hair is about 6 to 10 weeks in duration. And anywhere from 30% to 50% of your hair could actually be in that telogen stage, where it's actually kind of fully dead, resting, and not actually growing in that process. 50% could actually be hidden under your skin, just ready to start growing. So why exactly is that important to know? It's generally important because you need to know that your hair, whatever you see on your face now, there is all that hair that's lying dormant, and within 10 weeks, each one of those hairs is going to have an opportunity to show itself or start to grow. Which brings me to the concept of sleeper hairs. Now, I've been growing my beard for 32 days, and you can see that at different points, especially around the chin, it's getting up to about getting close to maybe a centimeter or just over a centimeter. But you'll also notice that around my cheek region, you're going to see a lot more that are just starting to sprout. So let's take a closer look. Now, I'm not sure if my camera can pick this up, but I'm going to just kind of gently push my hair out of the way. And hopefully you can see that there are some hairs that are just starting to come through. Okay, so let me give you a quick demonstration of what I mean by these different stages with these different sleeper hairs. Let's pretend this is, week 1 and you've got some stubble growing. So now week 2 comes along and these hairs get a little longer. But now what happened is there's actually there's some more hair coming. There's these sleeper hairs that are coming, and they're just starting to emerge, and you'll just start to see them ever so slightly. Okay, week 3 comes around, and our original hairs are getting longer still. And now our red beard, or our second level of hair, starts to sprout, starts to come in a little bit. And at this point too, there's more hair that comes in that's been sleeping that is now starting to emerge. And these are going to be represented with my orange marker here. Let's say we're on to week, I don't know, maybe 2 months in, and the hair is now quite a lot longer. Your original hair, which was looking really sparse, is now still looking sparse on the edges, but the other hairs are starting to catch up, and therefore making the hair that's closer to your face look denser, giving the impression of being much fuller and more, definitely a thicker beard. That means that these sleeper hairs are actually really important. For those people who are like me, who have trouble growing their beard and it's thin and patchy, that means that over the next 10 weeks, or over a 10-week duration, you're going to be getting all those little sleeper hairs that are hiding under your skin starting to emerge and starting to make that beard look thicker. So my advice, if you are not going for the year like me, and you're not too worried about actually trimming your hair and you just want to make it look as presentable and as neat and full as you can, I would let your beard grow for 4 to 6 weeks without touching it, and therefore allowing a lot of those initial hairs to start growing. You'll notice the sleeper hairs catching up, and then using a buzzer that has a guard on it as long as you possibly can to trim and keep everything uniform, and therefore allowing those sleeper hairs to catch up to the same length as those initial hairs. And so what it'll do is it'll just kind of give the overall impression that it's a much thicker, denser beard. So what can you do while you're waiting for those sleeper hairs to come in and make your face look denser? You can give yourself regular stimulation by just scratching the area gently and bringing blood to the follicles, and therefore promoting more hair growth. You can up your nutrients and vitamins, especially biotin, while you're waiting. You can get more exercise, which will help to just give your body overall health, and therefore allowing your energy and your nutrient levels to go specifically to your hair. And you can just try to reduce your stress levels and get more sleep, which will in turn allow your beard to grow thicker, faster, and fuller. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too, so you can stay tuned for my year-long project where I'm going to be giving you guys tips and advice along the way. And I'll see you in the next video.